there's a statement I wanted to make. And the statement I wanted to make was one that was quite simple to me, but I felt it was fair that I make this assessment. And the point that I wanted to make is with Elon Musk. Elon, he has created these basically iRobots from the Will Smith movie iRobot. Well, these robots are going to be aiding people in the household, and people can, have an assistant. They could help in the kitchen. All of these luxury robot things. So right now, the rich people can't wait to get their hands on this. Just like the Tesla car, looked just like the Will Smith car in iRobot. You had a couple other examples you saw in the film itself that matches a lot with what Elon Musk's robots look like. Then you have another situation that presents itself opportunistically, but it presents itself, is this counterbalance that you have with people using the robots to do things that's not in the robot's program or protocol. And if you Elon Musk, and I'm not talking about an uprising of the robots, they all team up. No, I'm talking about just general humans involving themselves in AI robotic technology and started using it for factors that are not 100% authentic, meaning that somebody might use the robot to do acts that maybe the robot programming can't do. Like, the guy might have a robot jack him off or something, That's very inappropriate if the robot could follow those commands. Now, you've created a whole new sex bot that could end up injuring somebody. Then, what are you going to say? I'm not liable? The robot jerks him off and ends up yanking his private parts off. Then what? Then it's going to be what? Sexual assault by a robot. They use a robot to do it. Be like, the robot was fingering her and I was just watching. He just kept going back and forth. So now, now it goes into another plateau, right? Now we're in a whole nother element. Well, what if you tell the robot, punch him in the face? What is the robot gonna do? Or a worse scenario, what if you give the robot a gun, or say, robot, pull that gun, pull that trigger? Okay, sure, pow! Next thing you know, the robot doesn't know that's a child or anybody there. Robot sprayed the house up. Is the robot gonna do time, or is the man gonna do time? You see, this is the elements and the questions that should have been bouncing around the room before people decided to put something on display. Is the warning aspects, the dangers of this. You gotta think in this mindset of what if, worst case scenarios. Is this really something that you want to play with and be like, well, we haven't programmed it to do that, but life finds a way, don't it? Next thing you know, people use things for things that it wasn't programmed to be used for. Somebody be like, yo, I hacked the code. Now she could twerk. Look, my robot twerking. Yeah. So it's all kind of craziness going on. So it's all fun and games until one of those robots pick up a gun, being told to, and walks into school or something and starts blasting. Then you take the robot down, but then what? It'd be like the robot just went rogue. You see how that don't work? Even when they try to make it work? Now, here is the more probable, the most dangerous part of the robot. What if the robot has a technical malfunction where it explodes? Will salt water make it explode? If you get that robot wet with salt water and then try to start it back up, will it explode? I know you're probably like, what? That just sounds crazy, what you just said. It sounds crazy for those who are not in the know. The reason why I say this is because the Teslas in Florida and New Orleans were blowing up when people tried to start the car was blowing up because all the salt water that flooded and got into the cars, if you had Teslas, all the salt water that got into the cars, do not try to start those cars, because the salt water, with the reaction of you trying to start that car, will it cause an explosion. It has to be completely dried out before you could start that car again. Salt water will cause an explosion within the Teslas. So, will the robots be the same way? These are the questions that has to be presented before Elon Musk starts putting these things in Walmart. Now, we're a long ways from that, but this is what I'm saying. Everybody who has money is going to want a robot in their house just to show off to their friends. You see, they try to make it look like only black people brag and show off. White people do it too. They just do it differently. They're not buying 40-inch gold chains and diamonds around their neck and on their hands and wrists. They're not doing that stupidity. But they love to brag and show off their stuff too. And these robots and everything else, oh, they used to love to do that. They show off the fire pit they made. They show off the lawnmower to the neighbor. Look at my lawnmower. Yeah, this is the J6000. You see how you can sit down on this one? It's got a more comfortable seat. Yeah, see, you can adjust the seat and go side to side on it. Yeah, so if someone comes up, I can turn around and go, hey, John. Yeah, that's the X3000. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, and the blades, yeah, see? I'm going right now to the hardware store and get some more blades here. You see how it chops up and then picks it up as it goes, right? It's not throwing the grass everywhere. Yeah. Tell you got to get you a 6000. Now, I was thinking about doing that. I was talking to Beth, and oh, they brag. They brag on their grass. They brag on their cars. They brag on everything. They brag on aluminum siding. Yeah, no, that's Jefferson Steel. Yeah, that's Jefferson Steel. Yeah. See, that's well, we thought about going with the Emerson, but no, the Jefferson Steel is better. Yeah. The Emerson was good. It's good. Like, yeah, you got the Emerson, right? Yeah, the Emerson's good, but that Jefferson Steel, that's gonna last. Yeah, that's gonna last me for at least 25 years. So yeah, that aluminum siding. So you got to understand that they do the same things. So they're going to want to brag. The rich people are going to want to brag about this damn robot. People used to brag about a Prius. Like, oh, you got a Prius. Like, what the hell is that? It saves on gas. It's like, yeah, nobody wants to drive it. Like, the people that own Teslas are mostly out here. We have Tesla dealerships out here, the whole nine. Because NBA, NFL players, Major League Baseball players, they live in this area. Not necessarily over here where I'm at right now. This is the trailer home park. They ain't living over here in the trailer homes. But they live out here. So they have the Porsche dealership, the Lexus, so they live in these areas. Now, you've seen where Michael Jordan house is. That's just Michael Jordan's old house. Everywhere else, you got baseball, hockey, NHL players. I mean, hell, you see a bunch of them 6'9" dudes walking past you. Most brothers don't know who the hell they are, but they out here too. So they got all of these dealerships, everything open for them because they can afford to spend those prices that's astronomical. The prices are astronomical, but they're paying them. So they have televisions that cost 30 and 40 grand and 100 grand, 60 grand. They was like, man, ain't no TV costs that much money. I'm like, to you, no. You're not going to go to Walmart. I had to take y'all into the store. Remember I went live here and took y'all into the store where that happens? TV, $29,000. And they were like, see, no, you ain't lying. I'm like, no, I wouldn't be lying. $100,000 for a television set that comes with the whole television, the whole wall, is all the different scenes. Think. It comes with the sound system, the hookup, all of it. So what you want to make sure you do is when they say that's exactly what you want to do. Line at all times. It's just that there is no need for it. Now, if there was a necessity to have it, I can understand it. And see, me, I got to get used to how regular humans go to work. I keep forgetting it's like time for them to go to work. Kids are going to school. And I'm up at 7 in the morning. I'm like, oh, well, it's 7 a.m. where I'm at. Damn, I should not be outside. Because there was no need for me to be really out here. All right, all they gonna need is that robot to do something like hit a kid, one kid, give it a command to punch another kid and injure the kid. Elon Musk is in a whole list of lawsuits and everything else and saying, hey, well, you gave it an order. We can't have that's not part of our deal. We're only responsible for the commands we put in there. Now, if you train that robot to do something it ain't supposed to do, that's on you. That's just not going to go over well with rich people. Rich people are going to want to blame somebody for something. Rich people are not accustomed to being told they can't be blamed. That's not in rich people philosophy. So if you got rich people out there, they're going to tell you flat out, do not put us in that category. Don't put us in that box. We don't want anything to do with it. 100%, because rich people are going to tell you more than poor people. Rich people feel entitled. Somebody's taking responsibility for this. I remember a rich guy, he didn't even talk. He was so mad. He came up there. He just was like, he had on a white t-shirt. All he said was one word, and it was over. He was, hey! I couldn't help but laugh. Rich dude was mad as hell, boy. Y'all made that rich dude come out in his pajamas. He came up there with a white t-shirt and some pajamas, like he was trying to get some sleep. And everybody was banging and stuff. Rich guy came up there. He was like, threw his hair back. Hey! They was, oh man, we're sorry. And that rich dude, the next morning, boy, he was complaining his ass off. He wanted results. Rich dude wasn't having it. Rich dude, somebody got to pay for this. Well, yeah, when you think about society and how society is, how everything is listed, how people are going about doing it, how society is moving, yeah. Because everybody thinks everything is fun and games until it gets to a point where it's not fun and games. Because they're circling the wagons. So, I got to go back and see it, but I told y'all, remember, I said it on my main channel. Kamala Harris all this week is going to be doing her cleanup job, and I'm pro-black all this week because it is emergency time. She's got to ring that emergency bell because she lost a lot of leg room, and when Obama came out and blamed black men, that backfired. So she got to go mop up the mess he just made for her and the whole campaign. Because that did not go the way they thought that was going to go. Blaming black men and accusing them of being misogynist is the reason why they not voting for her. When she has laid out no plans, they was like, she laid out a plan for black people yesterday. I'm like, yeah, she cooked some shit up, huh? But I'm going to go in there and listen to it before I like make any critique to it. So, and I told y'all this is what's going to happen all this week. She's going to do something for the black. She's going to be pro-black all this week because of all the backlash she took last week, and the numbers and the polls are dropping. She got to do something. So I can't wait to see what her policies are. Especially for the brothers who she thought she didn't need to do nothing for. But you want them to vote. They're just supposed to vote for you just because you pretend to be black. So let's see some policies. Yeah, Elon Musk gonna put a robot in your house. How many of y'all know what Snowden? You remember Snowden? Do you know why Snowden is banned from this country? You know what Edward Snowden did? What he created? Why he was working for the government? Why they plucked him out? Do you know what he helped design? He helped design where missiles can come directly to your house and blow you up by using a signal on your cell phone. That wasn't what the intentions of that creation was for. That was to locate people so that they can help people who get lost. People are lost somewhere, you can use the satellite to find them. Track them by satellite. But they saying the satellite can attract the drones. We can send a drone missile right to them. So if the Ceres is on his phone, we could use a satellite and send a missile right to him. And that's what the government used it for. They used it to track down people they say were terrorists and would send a missile and blow up their own home. They was, oh, this technology you just created is a monster. They loved it. It's not what Snowden wanted it to be used for. But that's neither here nor there. It came out in the WikiLeaks because Snowden traded on the country and ended up leaking all this information out. Because he found out the government also has a system that is a supercomputer. That is, no, you will not have access to it. It uses all of your social media accounts, your PC, everything, and got all authorization. Barack Obama was president of the United States and signed off on it. If they view you a threat to America, all of your constitutional rights are violated or forfeited. Do you know they have a supercomputer that goes through your Facebook, everybody that's connected to your Facebook, and it makes like a family tree of all your connections, the people you're possibly connected to, and it puts them all in a line, and it can just go right through everyone's Facebook, see all your videos, no matter if it's private or not. They go through everything you put. Twitter, everything, Instagram, Snapchat, all your social medias. Boom, go right there. Read it off. He says social credit score. Yep. And they can access any camera you have in your house that's connected to an internet. If you have a webcam, even if you're not, like your webcam is off, don't matter. The red light, the light could be off and everything. They can access that and record and see everything in your house. Once Snowden knew that, he knew he wanted to get out. He can't stand it no more. He had to go. So he wanted to get out because he was underground in Hawaii working for the government in their private base. He got to China and got extradited out of there. And then the WikiLeaks put out all this information. And he betrayed the country. Now, should Edward Snowden be executed? Absolutely. I think so. Selling trade secrets to the enemy, Russia, he should be gone. He's just lucky we in these times. Well, people don't pay attention. Our attention spans are very short, and that's what the government, they want it to be short. Therefore, you become desensitized to things on the internet. You see something like, oh my God, that's so sad, so-and-so died. Oh, look at this. They got a sale tomorrow. Tomatoes, they're on sale. oh, this movie comes out. And right away, your emotion just switch. You become so desensitized until they want you to focus on something, and it's a mass media production around it. Then they want your attention. They want you to feel again. So understand that they're playing in your face. Yet again. None of this is conspiracy theory. This is all real. Everything I'm telling you is real. Not conspiracy theory. We're not doing any of that. Now, that they can, that's why I don't have a camera on my television. It's unneeded. I don't need a camera on my television, so I don't have it. My camera that's on the PS5 is optional. The camera I have on my laptop, optional. I keep my laptop closed down. Most people keep their laptop open with the camera on there. They can turn that on and see everything in your house. So closing that down, that means everything. Not to say you got anything to hide, but I don't need the federal government looking all in my household. Most of y'all got televisions on your, on the refrigerator with cameras and stuff on there, and they can watch your entire house. So if they want to get you, they come get you. Just understand that. So I'm going to get up out of here. Love, peace, and hair grease. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bust Life. Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez. Armando Black TV. Showface News. Your boy Carcino for Life. And don't forget to go on the Patreon. We got some very interesting information about Drake and his mama. I'm out.